everyone, welcome back to Sin City Crypto. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts, and every day we're coming at you live from the beautiful studio in Las Vegas, Nevada. On the docket today, we are discussing Cardano. TVL explodes. Plutus scripts are growing, as are the projects. Is Cardano gearing up for a massive run-up? We're going to look at the chart. We're going to look at what's going on. Also, Bitcoin balance on exchanges hits a 5-year low, and another giant throws its hat into the ETF ring. We'll discuss that plus more with your other co-host, Robin.
Is your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, well, we're the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel, just like Vegas. And unlike the other channels, we take that old, boring, and stale information that other channels give you in a sexy way. Try to keep you entertained. Because crypto and news can sometimes be a little boring.
Are you not entertained? Speaking of being entertained, today's entertainment is brought to you by channel sponsor Cam's Blue Wire Technology. The amount of time that Robin has spent on the phone with this company, you can get the same service Robin has gotten, 24/7 access. Help, visit bluewiretech.com or simply click the link in the description of this video. So big shout out to them. Also, big shout out to Joe Biden.
What?
Man's at it again. I love it. You know when Trump
did he fall asleep or fall down? Which one was it?
See. So when Trump was in office, the media loved it because he would always say things that were headline worthy, right? Attention grabbing.
Bro, when Trump was in office, man, CNN was good. That would like news was great. But man, not no more.
I mean, at least news here that we're sharing is great because of Joseph. And well, here we go. This was Joseph Robinette Biden. I do want to mention his middle name is Robinette. And well, part of that word is just going to leave that there. So we have this tweeted by I meme, therefore I am, at I'm meme 0. So this was Biden at a, I forget what it was. It a G7 summit or anyways, he's sitting down with the Prime Minister of India, among other people. And well, just listen to what he has to say.
I was just thanking, anyway, I started off without you. And I sold a lot of state secrets and a lot of very important things.
So I said I sold a lot of state secrets. And, you know, what's intriguing to me is here you have Prime Minister Modi from, this gentleman here is from India. And in his little earpiece, it translates in real time. And so I wonder, anyone who has this earpiece, when Joe Biden is talking and it's getting translated and he goes on his little, what does that sound like translation? Who knows? That's, all right. We also have not just Joe Biden. Now, but I got to give my boy Rob a chance here real quick. Now, Rob, let me ask you, okay? When Joe Biden, the whole translation thing with the earpiece.
So isn't Trump getting like sued or no? He's getting prosecuted for giving out state secrets, right?
Or declassifying it from.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be a crime to sell.
Anyways, all right. Let's take a look at European Central Bank boss Christine Lagarde. And why do I say that? Well, because she's French. She said inflation is due to climate change. Well, let's hear in exact context exactly what Ms. Lagarde said.
Climate change affects inflation, and inflation is the beast that all central bankers, whether they wear a green jacket or not, want to tame and discipline. Number two, because it affects our balance sheet. Whether it's a 3 trillion or a 7 trillion balance sheet, it is affected by climate change. Climate change affects inflation.
So now they're blaming...
I don't know who unplugged my microphone.
What?
My microphone was unplugged. How did this get unplugged?
It was me. It was me.
We're over here trying to figure out like why my audio's not coming through. And
it was not me.
The wire got unplugged.
It was not me, I promise. If you're a microphone company and you want to sponsor a channel, let us know. All jokes aside, Rob, are they at this point just willing to blame anyone but themselves?
You talking about the microphone issues? Because I'm blaming it squarely on you, bro.
Talk about the European Central Bank president blaming inflation, climate change for inflation.
In what world does climate change and inflation have any correlation?
In Christine Lagarde's.
I mean, I guess they're both going up right now. I get that. like that's the only thing. They're both rising at about a 2% annual rate. Yes. Like I feel like she had ChatGPT write her speech for her. It's like, ChatGPT, give me an explanation on why we have inflation and make it sound good. And then they probably gave her answer like, well, there's probably like politicians and organizations globally mismanaging corruption, politics. And she probably was like, no. Give me one that has no political influence. Give me a reason that makes no, basically doesn't
makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. But let's confuse the people. And
let's confuse the people. Let's keep them confused.
Yes, also. Yeah.
Now, this was kind of interesting. So this guy's having a good old time. Oh, and there's his wife. You know what's funny? I wonder what he's saying as he's walking away. Like, no, I promise, it's not what it looks like. All right.
Here's the thing, man. Like he wasn't even making any physical contact with her.
Saying, bro.
Like, look, play the video. Like he was making no contact. Look at that. He
was
just
just
over
like,
there.
oh, let me look
he
at that.
just swam back
Let
and
me just
forth.
look. Oh, I mean, do you blame him? Look at his wife. Anyways.
Oh, come on, man.
No, I'm saying like she looks crazy. Like she's running around hitting the guy in public.
Okay. All right. That's a good save
Yeah,
there.
she's
I know
crazy.
where you're going. Yeah. That's a good save.
She's crazy.
Okay.
Look at her.
She's
I mean,
crazy.
for
Yes.
someone to come on the dance floor like that, just
All
start
right.
abusing you.
Sure. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, no worries. That's a good save. That's okay. I
So,
got
Rocco, pissed Rocco off day today. And Rocco, what are your thoughts on this, my friend?
Is innovation.
Is it?
Innovation that's we're gonna send the men to the moon, and then we're gonna make the pizza with the fries.
Wow.
Yep.
Not the response I was expecting, but okay. Innovation at its finest. This was tweeted to us by Enzo Mining. That's Sin City, the Don. Is this true? He said, well, there you have your answer, Enzo. Yes, it is true. And Robin, I didn't know.
You know, when I went to Portugal, they had mayonnaise and ketchup mixed together in a squeeze bottle, and it was called America sauce.
America sauce.
Yeah, it was like
Get the
American
hell outta
sauce or whatever. Yeah, it was.
Whatever.
Wow. I wonder what Italian sauce is. Oh, marinara. You know, I realized marinara, Italians call marinara gravy.
Who told you that? Somebody who told you that? It's not true.
That's what I heard.
Factory.
Don't Italians call marinara gravy?
No,
Let
they
me get some
don't.
gravy.
The gravy is an American word. It's nothing to do with Italy. Have you ever heard anybody?
I have.
Rocco, in the history of Italian nationality, has anybody within the confines of that where Rocco? You see, you pissed Rocco off. He disappeared, man. And so, you know, has anybody ever said gravy in the country of Italy? I'm not talking about here.
No, gravy doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist, right?
He's a liar, bro. Of course he's going to side with you. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he
What's he
side
gonna
with
lie
you?
about his own country?
Why wouldn't he side with you? Anyways, I didn't realize Larry had a twin brother that lives across the pond. Robin, what are your thoughts on this? When are you going to teach Larry? I figure you're a Call of Duty guy.
That's pretty good.
What's up, man? That's pretty good.
know,
You made him a little gun.
I've been trying to get him to say Bitcoin lately, but he just looks at me like I'm
How's
stupid.
Larry doing?
I feel like me teaching Larry about Bitcoin is me trying to have a conversation with somebody at the restaurant that knows nothing about Bitcoin and doesn't care. You know that waitress, and then she's like, "What do y'all do?" Like, YouTube. Really? About what? Bitcoin, crypto. Oh, I don't know anything about Bitcoin. And you're like, you want to know? Yeah. And then you start talking about it. And they're just like, so that is exactly how it is trying to talk to about Bitcoin with Larry.
But David doesn't know that.
Because I just look at my bird. And I'm like, hey, Bitcoin. And he just looks at me hella confused. And I'm like, you're just like that waitress.
David, you don't know that.
That's like
Larry
us here on the
already
show.
already plays Call of Duty with the VR set. It doesn't have to train like that. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. Just all you need is a little bit of gravy, baby. Now, we are going to talk about crypto, I promise. And, well, here we are.
I'm going to give some gravy.
Please, bring some gravy. Also, Matthew Barnes said, cut my leg and sausage gravy starts pouring out. Interesting. Now, tweeted from CoinGecko. News. Bitcoin mining firm Riot has purchased 33,000 new mining rigs for $162 million and has plans to acquire another 66,000 rigs in preparation for the upcoming Bitcoin halving. Rob, we've seen, obviously, as the price of Bitcoin goes higher, miners become more profitable. Duh. But also, we've seen the transaction fees go up. So miners are making more money. They're spending more money. In turn, the network becomes more secure, right? Will this be one of the best bull markets we've seen? Partly because of the miners, because there's investment being made, because maybe there's not as much sell pressure, and obviously with the halving coming around in the next 8 to 12 months.
So what's the question?
Seriously?
You gave me a super long narrative, and you asked me the question, and you
What are
said
your thoughts on
17 sentences later about growing the network. I forgot the question.
Okay, let's start here.
I didn't need any question.
Okay, of course you did.
Yeah.
Robin and Rocco
did
sitting
you
in
hear
a
a
tree.
question?
Robin and Rocco,
No,
they're like
no.
brothers in a handbag.
You were like, what do you think? And then you were like,
The only word I heard was gravy.
yeah.
What are your thoughts on what is this? What does this say about the Bitcoin miners?
There
the
we
Bitcoin
go. What does
network?
it say about Bitcoin miners? All right, so.
Sorry, my apologies.
So they bought a crap ton of miners. It just shows you that, hey, maybe the bottom is definitely in because the miners are capitulating. They're selling off. They're trying to stay afloat. And here you have Riot. I think they're the third largest miner, right?
I think the second. Well, yeah, I think
Core Scientific.
but I don't know if they're still number one.
Yeah. Anyways, Core.
They're top
then
five.
Marathon. Anyways, top 3. And so, yeah, man, they're growing, man. It just shows you the direction of the market.
I think you mentioned something important, Robin.
What's that?
Does this say, and that's kind of where I was getting to, does this say the bottom is in when miners are spending $160 million? Like, do they do that in a bear market? Or is this are all things pointing to we are in a bull market?
But then at the same time, you can also make an argument that, they're going to have to pay for all of those, right? They probably didn't pay outright cash. They probably got a loan. And so they're going to probably be more inclined to sell their Bitcoin as it's mined versus any kind of hodl or just try to sell it later for bigger profit return. I was thinking, this is on a side note, kind of on the same subject, on mining. And we discussed yesterday the fact that countries cannot take over the Bitcoin network, right?
Who cannot?
Just a country, like a large country, United States, China. The government would find it damn near impossible to take over the Bitcoin network, right?
You'd have to have 51%.
Yeah. But here's the thing. If you have over 50% of the hash rate here in the States, just say companies like Riot, Marathon, and Core Scientific, the top 3, keep expanding their services, keep growing the hash rate, and you have over 50% dominance here in the States. Now, these are private companies that run it. Yeah, so it's not the government, but it is located here in the States. If there was an executive order for the country to take over those miners, the companies, and we've done it before. Just say we're at wartime, right? We're at war with another country. In World War II, we took over factories that were designed to build cars, and we transformed them to build tanks. And so there was a time where we would take over businesses in the best interest of our country. And if the United States has more than 50% of the hash rate, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities for the government to take over their operations, military come in, take over Riot, Marathon, Core Scientific, host of other American-based mining companies, and boom, you have control of the network, right? Just something I was thinking about yesterday.
You were thinking about that?
Yeah.
The guy who refuses to entertain any of my government is trying to control.
But this is
idea.
all realistic possibilities. This isn't like some conspiracy theory. This is just plain fact, right? Hey, the government does have the power to take over a company in the best interest of the United States. And so if there's over 50% of the hash rate is here in the States, hypothetically, the theory exists that if the government wanted to, if it was in our best interest, they could do so. I mean, that's not wrong, right? It's not wrong. I'm not saying it's likely, but I'm just saying it's not wrong.
If
right?
that happens,
But it's not wrong. Is it wrong?
yeah,
How's it wrong?
It's not wrong, Rob.
well, there's your backup there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rocco said it's not wrong. It's an interesting point.
I do want to give a little shout out to some of the people in the chat. If you are new here, say hello, so that way we can drop an hola back at you. All right, we have TFP, Scotty Swing, Ginger P, Yari, Navarro, Bradley Boyko, and also Ray Run up in here. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Robin, what day is today?
Tuesday?
I got some great news.
What's that? Tacos?
From Will Clemente, looking at Bitcoin's recent average returns by day, Tuesdays have been the clear top performers. So, welcome to Tuesday. All jokes aside, I want to take a look at the Bitcoin monthly returns. We're seeing some we haven't seen since 2019, right? 5 out of the first 6 months of the year are in the green. June is expected to close in the green unless we see a massive pullback. We are currently up 11.57% in the month of June. The only red month we've had was in May. If you take a look at historically, July, at least over the last, call it 5 out of the last 6 years, July has returned double-digit positive gains. And so will we see more of the same? But so far, I mean, how do you look at this, Robin, and not say we're in a bull market? 40%, 23%, and then 12, potentially 15%.
Bull market.
What?
Bull market.
Wow.
That's what you wanted me to say, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bull market. Right now.
I don't want to be part of this. I don't want.
It's the wrong one.
Yeah, your boy set you up. How do you feel about that? I want to know what the chat thinks, okay?
Got too many buttons undone here, bro.
I want to know what the chat thinks. Are we officially in a bull market, put a 1? Are we still in a bear market, put a 2?
And then also, do us a favor, hit the like button because we have less than 50% like ratio. Hold on. We're at like a 30-something% like ratio.
Wow.
I don't like this show. I know we started off pretty slow and we didn't touch crypto for a while, and my mic was unplugged, but still, with the power of the like button, you can enhance this show. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Speaking of the show, let's get down to the show, or let's get up to the show. Well, let's take a look at the CMC. Excuse me, the coin market cap, $1.19 trillion, volume coming in at 37.9 billion, Bitcoin dominance over 50%, ETH dominance up 19%. So that's 70% of the total crypto market cap is in Bitcoin and ETH. Bitcoin, $30,655, up 9.25% over the last 7 days. Drew this out yesterday on the daily. Bull flag pattern, and look at that. Perfectly tested the top. We did wick above, but looks like we are getting ready to close right at this upper trend line here. Now we do know bull flags do break to the upside. side. And depending on how you measure your moves, you can measure by the pole here, and that would put us extremely bull scenario at $36,576. Or some people like to measure the width of the flag, which would give us about a 2% move to the upside. But this channel is pretty narrow. Should see a pretty explosive move coming in for Bitcoin. Will it be another narrative? Will it just be the cycle of buying and selling? Who knows? But we know when BlackRock ETF was proposed, or when they filed for the ETF, Bitcoin had a nice pump. Fidelity came out. Bitcoin did see a pump, and you can see this today. It did shoot up over 31K, just barely. And so, what are you expecting for a Bitcoin price action, Robin, over the next 5 days, by the end of the week?
I still think it's going to pull back, man. I think we go down and test 28,000, 29,000. The overall broader markets have pulled back a little bit. The ETF news is bullish, but it hasn't changed the fundamentals at all, or it hasn't added any liquidity or any buying opportunities at the moment. And it probably won't for 4 or 5 months. And so, yeah, it's all news based, right? It's all hype. And I think this is right around where Bitcoin's price is going to be, or it should be. I think Bitcoin during the bear market, if you were to ask me, like, what would be your expected price for Bitcoin to consolidate and trade at during the bear market, if you were to ask me in 2021? Like, hey, man, you know what? We're gonna hit our high, 60,000. Where do you think it would trade at? I'd say probably 30,000, right? Same way that when we hit 20,000, the cycle before, we traded around 9,000. Roughly 50% off of the all-time highs at that moment. And so all-time highs of 60,000, I think 30,000 is the ideal spot. Now, I don't know. I think it's anyone's guess on price speculation right now. I could see it moving up. I think we're a few extra narratives or big stories away. You do got the what is that?
Which one?
Prime Trust.
Dude. So I did a video on that yesterday. I want to get your thoughts. And I'm not going to say anything. I just want to get your thoughts. Do you know what happened? Did you see that video with that Scott Melker made?
Yeah, it's
lost their private keys, decided to gamble with people's money, still took money in. They got a cease and desist from Nevada. What are your thoughts on that?
And so this is from here, I'll just pull this up. So this is pathetic. Is this real life?
Oh, we've had him on our show.
Yeah. Prime Trust owes customers $85 million, but only has 2.9.
Jesus Christ.
As so Digital Currency Group owes 69 million, but only has 68. Put that in perspective. And so this is I don't know. I just saw this earlier, so I don't know.
Bro, if we can't,
but here's
James was on our show on Friday, and he said our industry, the participants in our industry have punched themselves in the face. Like, is this more on the regulator? Like, hey, you're saying, come in, get regulated, investor protection. Well, they are regulated.
It hasn't come out yet, but supposedly lost the private keys.
Lost the private keys.
So, hypothetically speaking, for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, Prime Trust is a custodial service for institutions, right? And so if you decide you want to run
and exchanges, Robin.
Yeah, I'm just saying for institutions, exchanges, basically it's not for retail, right? So think of a hardware wallet, but for companies. And so if you have a small exchange, hey, I want to start an exchange, right? Obviously, the big exchanges custody their own Bitcoin, but if you're a small exchange, you might not have the infrastructure to custody a ton of.
Kraken was using Prime Trust.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying that they only had small people, but I'm just saying that majority of their customers were small companies, small exchanges that were using. Their only job was to custody Bitcoin. That was the only thing they were supposed to do.
Their only job.
And they lost the private keys. Like that.
How does that even happen?
Speculation. They haven't come out and said it,
Bro.
But that's supposedly like. How do you go from 69 or how much did they owe? It was
80 billion. They only have like
80 million down to 2
million.
80 million down to 2. So I'm pretty sure that wasn't a misappropriation of funds when your only service is custody, right? Your only service is custody. If you go from 80 down to 2, really the only answer there is you lost the keys, right? Or somebody stole it. It's one or the other. And if somebody stole it, they got the private keys in it and ran off with it. But that's all on chain, so I'm pretty sure that narrative would pop up very quickly. And especially if somebody stole it, you could be like, guys, somebody stole. But yeah, you lost.
Yeah,
You lost the crypto.
It's your job. Your job is to hold the private keys. What are you doing? This is why traditional finance is coming in. I am sorry. I am so sorry. But like the whole we want to regulate ourselves. No, we can't. The whole we have institutions in place.
Let's play the speculation game, okay? Let's play the speculation game. Where do you think that private key went? Like, you think they wrote it on a paper? You think it was on a hard drive that got deleted?
Like, for the love of
you
God.
You think that they put it on a ledger? Like what? How on earth do you lose a seed phrase or get locked out of a seed phrase or whatever you did? Like, how the hell do you do that with $80 million?
You don't put in one plate. That doesn't.
Wait, no, they had to, unless at some point, if they go from 80 down to 2, it's in one place. Now maybe it's 5 different wallets in one place that all went bye-bye, or 10 different seed phrases stored somewhere that all went bye-bye. But there was obviously one point of failure. It's not like they went from 80 down to 40 and then 40 down to 20 and then 20 down. Like they literally just were like, crap, we lost 80. They lost it all. They lost it all. They lost everything. Was it on a server that caught on fire? Like, I don't know. Like something happened. Was a seed phrase on a server and the server got on fire and all, they had 10 seed phrases.
I don't believe it.
I mean,
what
other answer would there be? That's what I'm just putting the speculation hat here.
I don't know.
The other answer is somebody used the seed phrase, take all the money and run.
But that's what I'm saying is
But
that
they would have
if
been able to
somebody-
track
if
those
somebody,
funds.
if you're at the head of the company and you're trying to explain what happened, that would be the easiest way, because then you can offload the responsibility to law enforcement. You can say, hey, somebody stole the money. We had a failure. But if you lost the seed phrase, there's really no argument you can make, right? You get this exact situation. If you lost the seed phrase, you can't call the police and be like, hey, man, you get what I mean? Like, you just gone. Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, and that's the situation. They've been quiet. It's just like somebody messed up and they're quiet, man. It's like your wife telling you, like, don't take my dad's car out. He's got Ferraris out of town, but don't take his dad's car out, and then you wreck it. What do you come home? You come home and you're just hella quiet. What happened?
They just say you lost it. I lost it. I lost the car.
Where's dad's car? Like,
I lost it in the freeway.
Well, you see what happened was
I wrapped it around a tree, okay? That's what like, you can't call the cops. You can't call the cops and be like, the car's stolen. Like, no, we know where it is. It's wrapped around the oak tree.
I'm sorry, but guys, banks are going to be the future custodians of crypto. Institutions, the average retail investor, not us because we custody our own stuff, and it's no one's fault but our own industry and the players in that industry. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? Shame. Now, Robin, let's get back to Bitcoin. You did say you think we're going to draw it down. You said everything is news-based, but what if there's some metrics to back up the fact that, hey, if demand comes in, Bitcoin's going to skyrocket. One of those is the Bitcoin exchange balance drops to a 5-year low. So the amount of Bitcoin, the liquidity of Bitcoin for retail, is at the lowest level since 2018. And here we have this graphic from Glassnode to show us. Last time we were this low, 2.2 million Bitcoin, was back in December of 2017, going into early 2018. Does this change your narrative? Does this change your thoughts, Robin, on the price action of Bitcoin?
Yes, I'm converted. This has changed everything.
How much weight do you put on a metric like this?
You know I don't put much weight on it. I'm a sentiment guy. I like to measure the room.
Just funny because you're not sentimental at all.
That's right. That's 100% correct.
Yeah,
That is correct, sir.
I know.
Yeah. You know, if here's the thing. If I'm trying to figure out if a girl likes me, I don't sit there and count how many texts we had back and forth.
You don't?
I don't say like, she said this and, well, you know, when I asked her about this, you know, I waited 2 days and she didn't reply. Like, I don't do all that mess. I don't care about the analytics. I just look deep down in my soul and I say, what is the sentiment? Is she feeling you, boy? Or is she, you know what I'm saying? Like, is she feeling it? Is the sparks there? Is there love there? If it is, I can feel it. And it's the same with crypto, man.
She probably can't feel it.
Crypto prices, it's the damn same. You can give me 100 charts, but I can tell you, I'm like, people ain't vibing with crypto right now. People in the streets ain't talking about it. My waiter isn't talking about Bitcoin. The barbershop's not talking about crypto. And when they do, then my sentiment analysis changes.
And apparently girls you're with can't feel it. So what I'm trying So Rob, why don't you say hi to some new people, please?
All right. If you are new here, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. We got Cam's video, Kevin Kwan, XXI Gaming, Mark Sanji, as well to all of you. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Welcome. And let's talk about some bubbles. Don't pop my bubble. Rocco, you just popped my bubble.
Can we please get some? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. That's exactly. We're on the same page there.
All right. Biggest gainers of the day. Stellar Lumens up 9%, Caspa up 7%, Arbitrum Injective, Bitcoin Cash, Pepe all up. Some of the biggest losers, we have Near saw a little pullback from its 25-30% rally. BitDAO and Kava and Algorand are also in the red. Take a look at the biggest gainers and losers of the week. The Bitcoin StepKid network, the Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, and Bitcoin Cash, both up close to over 50%. Pepe continues to rally. Radix up 38.2%. This might be one of the best investments you can make if this thing takes off and they fulfill everything that they want to do. And no, that is not a sponsored segment by Radix. Now, Rob, let's get into anything here stand out, by the way, on the day or the week before I move on?
No.
Okay. Now, let's talk about Cardano. Now, why do I say Cardano if you're out of the loop? Well, that's just what Jim Cramer called it. Called it Cardano. Cardano
you think he was trolling?
No.
You just think he legitimately doesn't have no idea how to pronounce it?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Cardano sees insane growth as Sunday Swap hits major milestone, signaling surging adoption for ADA, the ADA token. Sunday Swap, one of the most well-known dexes on Cardano, just crossed the milestone of 600,000 ADA. In total, there are now over 1.2 million staked addresses. Also, Lace, which is the lightweight Cardano wallet for ADA and Web3, released its version 1.2 updates with expanded browser support, enhancing how users can organize their NFTs, improving privacy choices, and enhancing speeds. Also, Cardano smart contract language Plutus sees impressive adoption, adding over 1,000 smart contracts since the beginning of this year. We also have, according to EssentialCardano.io, there are now 130 launch projects with almost 1,300 still building, an impressive 8.4 million native tokens, and close to 70 million transactions on the Cardano network. At present, over 66,000 daily active addresses participate on the network, with 77,000 daily transactions and 156 million in total value locked. Speaking of total value locked, here we have a visual version. Take a look at this chart here. So we haven't been this high since early June of this year. So TVL's going up. A lot of things happening, right? Is Cardano finally coming together, as slow as it may be? Robin?
I don't think it's finally coming together. I think it's been coming together for a while.
Okay. Are we finally going to see it translate?
It's going to be exactly what you think it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of underperforming during the bear market and then a big ass rally during the next bull market. And this is all contingent on the fact that they're building out their utility, their use case, their partnerships, their infrastructure, their throughput, their speed, their smart contracts. Everything that you're supposed to do in a bear market, they are doing. They are building, they are growing, and people are hating on them. And so for that reason, they haven't rallied as hard as they will in the coming bull market or when the euphoria sets back in. And
I was going to ask you. So the last bull run, we saw 2 cents to $3, right? And that was not all speculation, but a majority of that was speculation, right? They didn't have smart contracts up until the tail end of the bull market. The NFT, not obviously no smart contract, no NFTs. So it was all speculation. Just say it. It was all speculation. Now, add the speculation and add actual utility and use case for the ADA token. What potential do you see Cardano going to if those two things align, Robin?
Like price target or just mass adoption?
Market just in general.
Yeah. That's a foregone conclusion, right? That
is it?
Yeah. Well, I want to know what the chat thinks. First of all, are y'all fans of Cardano? Because we went all in on this Cardano thumbnail today, and I want to know, you guys like Cardano? Put a 1 in the chat. I just Rocco, I'm already typing it. I heard you. I had it already ready to go in the chamber. So put a 1 in the chat or your Cardano emoji if you like Cardano, or put a 2 in the chat or the middle finger emoji if you hate Cardano. Thank you.
The middle finger emoji.
Yes, that's right. I'm curious.
Cardano is starting to become that project that's very polarizing, right? People either love it or they hate it. So we're fans of Cardano here.
It has a lot of the cult-like sentiment that Ethereum had in its early days, right? Where it was promising a lot, but it didn't really have much. It had a founder that everyone touted as a genius. There was a lot of parallels there. And there was a lot of haters on Ethereum. And the haters on Ethereum were the haters of Bitcoin, right? Or the Bitcoin maxis. And they were hating on Ethereum. Like, we don't need smart contracts. Like, no. And so that mentality is the same mentality that's going on with Cardano, in my opinion. They have polarizing leader. Well, this guy's really outspoken compared to Vitalik, but a smart guy. And yeah, people are just hating on him. But instead of it coming from the Bitcoin community, it's now coming from the Bitcoin and Layer 1 community. So now it's the haters have grown. They've multiplied outside of just the Bitcoin. And now Ethereum haters are hating on Cardano and all the other Layer 1s.
Let me ask you a question, Robin. Buy now, hold for 2 years. Cardano or XRP?
Oh, Cardano.
Really?
Yeah, okay. I'm not short selling XRP. I just don't know if it's going. Okay, here's the way I look at XRP. XRP is competing against traditional finance, and so if traditional finance does not change, if it does not adapt, it doesn't offer services that are comparable, faster, transparent, cheaper, quicker than they are now. If they can't compete with XRP, then Ripple Labs, XRP Network, RippleNet, it's gonna succeed 100%. But my concern is that money starts leaving traditional finance, it starts getting used by crypto chains. Things are cheaper, faster, more efficient. The market realizes it. The market's going to naturally move to what's more efficient and cheaper. Just takes a little while, especially in something that has been around for so long. It's hard for people to get up and move. I'm telling you, when CDs came out, it wasn't like the day CDs hit the store, everyone got rid of their cassettes. It wasn't when DVDs came out, it wasn't like, you remember, there was like a 2, 3, 4, 5 year period where at Blockbuster, they had videotapes and they had CDs. There's a transition. And so if the financial system does not offer a competitive product, then XRP wins. But I don't believe that's going to happen. And so what I think is going to happen is that money is going to leave traditional finance. It's going to be used by chains like XRP, like Stellar, and like a host of layer ones that are offering central bank digital services, and also privatized stable coins, which are pretty much the same thing, but just not run by the government or central banks. And if they're competing, I think they're going to take the lion's share back. I think that people are happy using government money. We are the oddballs. I know we think that everyone doesn't want to mess around, but people like Zelle, they like Cash App.
I agree.
They like the bank account. They like their checking account. They just don't like being feed to death.
I agree.
They don't like the slow and efficient service. And so if it gets cheaper, faster, and more efficient, and it's still run by the government, people are going to use that. And so I think that traditional finance will adapt their services to compete against Ripple. And so for me, I would rather invest in a layer one that is more diverse, that is offering crypto services, identification,
DeFi,
NFTs, DeFi,
Or you can-
smart contracts.
XRPL has NFTs.
But that's not what they're built for. Let's be real.
Just saying, they have the capability.
Okay, how many
I'm playing devil's advocate
how
here.
many XRP NFTs do you own?
A lot.
How many do
A lot
your
times
friends
zero.
own?
A lot times zero.
Do you know anybody that owns? Can you name me one?
Jenna X.
No. Can you name me one project one NFT project?
XRP punks.
Is that real?
Yeah. That's the only one. No, the point you're making is correct. In my opinion.
That is way early too.
No,
Cardano,
I think that there will be, in the same way that not everybody sends Western Union, not everybody sends via a wire transfer, not everyone sends Zelle. There's a host of different payment options to move money around. And so I don't think it's going to be a winner take all. And for that reason, I still hold XRP in high regards. If you're going to ask me a question, which one do I prefer? I'm going to prefer one that has less competition against global economic monetary systems that have historically suppressed anything that would disrupt it. And so that's just how I view it. But I do recognize that it is essentially a movement of money in a private sector. And right now, that is a flourishing business. And I think that XRP will flourish in that business model. I just don't think it's going to be as successful and make as many partnerships and be the banker's coin, and every country is going to use it, and every central bank is going to use it, and every corporation is going to use it. I think that's a pipe dream. I don't think that's realistic. That's my personal opinion.
Let me ask you one more. Same question, but instead of XRP, Ethereum.
I'm always gonna pick the you could replace it with Avalanche, you could replace it with Cardano, Ethereum. Like the layer ones, I think have more potential because they're not competing against countries in central banks.
So Cardano or XRP?
You asked me that question earlier.
Cardano or Ethereum, my bad.
Cardano or Ethereum?
Cardano or ETH. I now hold for 2 years.
I'm just gonna stick with Ethereum.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Cardano, but I mean the market likes Ethereum. People are building on Ethereum. The layer twos make it scalable. It has successfully went to proof of stake. It has the most users. There's nothing is telling me that it's on path to be a commodity. There's nothing there's no concern from me personally that I think that Ethereum is in jeopardy. I don't think it has any kind of vulnerability for it to shut down. I don't think there's any kind of regulatory shutdown that on the horizon. I think it's here to stay. And so for me, it's the best option. Now, which one do I think has the most upside, the most potential? I think Cardano does. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Cardano's exciting. And they're just early. You know, it's like, hey, do you like the guy that's 24 years old, just graduated and is working as working in a law office, you know, in a field that he went to school for? Obviously, he has more chance for success than an 8-year-old that's really good at chess. Like, okay, the 8-year-old, he's really good at chess. He's really smart. Like, he's doing good in school. Like, he has a lot of potential. Yeah, but I'm gonna always pick the safer option, the guy that already graduated, that's already, you know, a little older, that's a little bit more established, that is already kind of making some headwind. Or, hey, you got the phenom over here, super smart kid that you understand will probably make it. But hey, if I'm putting my money somewhere, I'm going to take the one with the least amount of risk with the most potential for upside.
There you have it. Guys, before we move on, if you have not hit the like button, hit the like button. Also, if you're new here, say hello. We would love to personally welcome you to the Sin City crypto community. Now, the floodgates have opened. In comes a giant. Fidelity is preparing to submit a spot Bitcoin ETF filing. It's a source from Reuters and The Block. Asset management giant Fidelity, I believe $4.3 billion in assets under management. Sorry, 4.3 trillion, my apologies. Is close to submitting its filing for a spot ETF for Bitcoin. The filing, expected as soon as today, according to the report, will make Fidelity the second major asset manager in recent days to submit an ETF application. Fidelity had previously dipped its toes in the crypto ETF space. It applied for a spot Bitcoin ETF in 2021, but was rejected by the Securities and Exchange Commission, which said it did not meet the standards to prevent fraudulent and manipulative practices. And then we have, just to kind of finish up this topic here, Circle's Jeremy Allaire says Bitcoin ETFs likely to be approved, reports Bloomberg. Circle co-founder and CEO Jeremy Allaire expects a new wave of Bitcoin ETFs to be approved as, quote, past concerns of regulators are being addressed. He says, I believe progress is being made with more mature market structures that will support some like that. You have mature spot markets, well-regulated custody infrastructure, and good market surveillance. Many of the past concerns are being addressed, suggesting that these kinds of products are more likely to be approved for general investor access. Do you agree with Jeremy, Robin? And what are your thoughts on Fidelity reapplying after getting rejected?
Nobody wants to be left out, right? You don't want to be the major, you don't want to be the major
Company or asset manager
out there, the major company that doesn't have Bitcoin. Because what'll end up happening, even if you don't believe in it, even if you think it's stupid, is that there is some percentage of your customers that are going to want it.
There's demand.
There's demand. And so if you're looking at it and be like, well, only 3% of our customers are interested in Bitcoin allocation. If those 3% are like, hey, I want my Bitcoin allocation, and you don't offer it, but BlackRock does, then you're going to go next door. And so it makes no difference if you believe that it's going to pass, if you believe it's going to fail, if you think that the SEC, you think the market's more mature. It's all just word for the press, right? They're just looking like BlackRock sent one. Like they can't pass and we not. Otherwise, we lose customers. Now, maybe it's 1%, maybe it's 3%, or maybe it's 15%. The thing is that there is some demand, there is some percentage of investors that will leave your platform if you don't offer Bitcoin. And that's where we're at right now.
We'll leave the platform if you don't offer Bitcoin. Is that where we're at?
Yes, that's where we're at. Why do you think they're scrambling to launch these? You think that if BlackRock hadn't applied, And if the host of other, Vanguard, who else? So you got ProShares, Vanguard, BlackRock, there's a lot of them. And I think we're at 6 now, right? 5, 6?
Wisdom Tree, Invesco, BlackRock.
I think we're at 5 or
Are
6.
you counting ARK?
Yeah.
So yeah, over 5.
So I think we're 6. And I was reading some article. They're expecting another 10.
Yeah.
And
the floodgates, I said.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you don't offer it, you're in danger. And so it doesn't matter if you think the market has changed. You're just doing it because everyone else is doing it.
I want to, I'm looking for a tweet by AP Abacus.
While you look for that, real quick, a little shout out. Redman gifted 10 memberships. My man.
Redman.
And then also, we got a few new people. Tot W100, Rolling 69, Jason, which is spelled it differently. And then Josh Fektik and your owner. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
So I want to share this tweet by AP Abacus. Pretty spot on, this guy. There is not enough. So we know Kathy Wood, her company ARK Invest, they are actually ahead of BlackRock. Okay. They filed their spot ETF application before BlackRock did. So many expect that ARK would get their approval first. Well, according to Andrew, that is not true. There is not an expectation that ARK Invest ETF application would be granted before BlackRock. The BlackRock submission is strategically filed as a trust rather than an ETF. In this case, the semantics matter. Now, the tinfoil hat guy in me says that this is something that Gary Gensler helped him with. Said, hey, and I've said this on the show and I've been laughed at, that Gary Gensler was helping his TradFi buddies, people like Goldman Sachs, like BlackRock, take the trash out and bring the new people in. And that's what's happening. In the same week that they've sued the 2 largest exchanges, when it comes to Bitcoin held, when it comes to volume, when it comes to liquidity, is the same exact week that TradFi steps in and files for spot applications.
And this just in, Billy has dropped a $50 super chat.
I haven't seen those colors, pink, red,
Booyah!
in a
My
while.
boy.
You know, we've been dry on the super chats. So, Billy, we appreciate you, my friend. $50. That time to flat smack the like button. LFG, what does that mean? Can't say it on air.
You know what's funny is that, like, when I see super chats that big, I stopped even reading the.
Blinded by
I know
the
that's
money.
the whole purpose. But sometimes I just get distracted. I'm like, ooh, $50. Like, what they say?
Robin is blinded by the money.
Yes, that's right.
Just kidding. Billy, thank you so much, my friend. Billy also helps us in other ways as well. So, Billy, we appreciate you. Also, speaking of Billy, go join our Discord. That thing's been revamped thanks to all of our mods.
I've been in there, and if you go, go check out the Discord. Like yesterday, you guys got you guys voted on today's thumbnail. Well, only one person voted, but anyways, it was Miguel Acosta. I was like, hey, who likes this thumbnail versus the other one? And,
Gracias, Miguelito.
but then again, it was a little late, so.
But Rob has been in there. I have not been in there as much as I used to, but I will be in there more, I promise.
Yeah, so here's the this was the thumbnail for today's show. Crypto Mike said, what you doing up so late? I was like, making a thumbnail, and then I sent him this, and then I did this version, these 2 different versions.
Yeah, the flaming hair was way better, for sure.
I don't know, I kind of like this one. This one's more like nerdy looking, bro.
I like the other one. The other one's like crazy, man.
Yeah, man, crazy.
Yeah, man.
Making these, I make a lot of these in the Midjourney, man. So cool, man.
Midjourney's legit.
That thing is it's growing, bro.
So, Rob, what are your which, by the way, I know I mentioned they in the tweet I just showed, they filed it as a trust rather than an ETF. And if that stuff is confusing to you, we did just do a
Oh, there it is.
another one, Jimmy.
Dang, Jimmy dropping $100 super chat.
Dave, let me moisten up. Let me moisten your super chat some more. Thank you. My super chat is moist.
Right,
We appreciate you guys.
The chapstick of the super chats here. There we go.
Chapstick is not moist.
That's
What
what
I'm
I'm
trying
use
to-
that dry ass chapstick. Use the what is it? Just
Well,
the one,
you and your chapped lips, bro. I don't need chapstick. My thing is juicy, my dude. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is,
Let's move on.
ETFs can be a little confusing, and if you're talking about semantics and what it means, and we did upload a video this morning of our conversation with Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seyfert. Go watch that and share that video. It was great content. It was a great
Very
guest on
nice.
the show.
Yeah, very nice.
And so, yeah. Rob, is there anything else you would like to talk about before we sign off?
You know, actually, yesterday in the Discord, it was brought up to me that there's a lot of new people here, right? And so there's a lot of people that don't know. And we got another 10 gifted memberships.
And
As
community
long
on fight. Y'all get paid or what?
There you go.
And my boy Jimmy about to get paid.
Dang. Oh, and then Crypto Billy with a 99 super chat.
You know what? We're not done, actually.
You have
There are
now-
some
you-
articles,
You guys have now extended the show.
You have bought more airtime. You have bought more airtime.
Okay. So, you know, it was brought to my attention yesterday through the Discord that there's a lot of new people here. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, like Billy and a host of other people and Jimmy, you would know that there's a certain number of milestones I'm very proud of, but there's a lot of people out here that have no idea. And so I want to inform those of you that might have only tuned in the last 3, 4, 6 months.
Is
that
it time?
It's not really. Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Sure.
Rocco, story time.
Rocco?
No, I
Yes.
wasn't ready.
Yes. Well, be ready.
Was the year 2002,
I'm coming, Rio.
and it was a small town of Norfolk, Virginia. Granby High School. Your boy was homecoming king.
I knew
It's
it.
one of my greatest achievements. I'm just letting y'all know that not only am I a cryptocurrency analyst, YouTuber, but also I am the king, baby. That's right. And so I need to remind that all of you of my greatest achievements. One of them being a cryptocurrency savant. 2 being homecoming king. And 3, I am known for rolling 77 sevens in a row here at the craps table in Las Vegas.
You're lying.
And so, just say your boy, he got a gift.
Yeah. Guys, go check out all of our social medias. Also, I know Rob mentioned that's 20 gifted memberships. Guys, we do have some members-only videos. Make sure to go check those out. Also, you now have access to the emojis, and you're supporting the channel. So thank you guys so much. We truly appreciate it.
Want to talk about that beautiful shirt you got?
Yeah, check this out.
In City one. Ooh.
Mike's going to fall over, so I'm going to hold it up.
That's okay.
So this is a, you notice we're wearing more polos, more, dress shirts with collars. And so this, I bought this from our merch store, inandoutcrypto.com. But the cool thing about this store is you won't just find Sin City merch, okay? You'll find, if you're a Cardano fan, you'll find a whole category of Cardano gear. XRP, Ethereum, Shiba Inu. You can, if you have a lady friend or a spouse who's a lady, there's yoga pants, stretchy pants. There's sports bras, and these are
You say yoga pants, stretchy pants?
stretchy pants. It's for fun. Nacho Libre. Anyways. And the quality is great. The designs are fun. And you're also supporting a great person. And that great person is Rocco. He is the man behind our merch store. So big shout out to Rocco. Also, if you're a Whale member, you do get 10% off
Oh, we got a new whale
of
member.
everything. That's right.
Yeah.
Cryptic Mushroom.
Cryptic Mushroom has now joined the whale club.
There she blows.
So guys, big shout out to you. Our time is is pretty limited, and so we don't put out a lot of members only content, but just know that you guys are helping keep the show going, help support the channel, so we appreciate it. And as more time comes to us, we will be doing more members only content. We promise you on that. Also, another huge shout out to Cam's Blue Wire Technology, the sponsor of today's show. If you want more information and you run a business and you need IT help, visit their website, bluewiretech.com. Also, follow us on all of our social medias. Join our Discord to keep the conversation going. And everything else I just said. So with that being said, Cryptic Mushroom also. Join our Discord and say hello. I will add you to our whale chat.
I have not updated the credits yet, but the graphic is made. And so tomorrow's show, Cryptic Mushroom, will be in the credits.
We'll be in the credits. Speaking of credits, Rocco. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure to spend an hour with you. We hope you enjoyed the show. Come back tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, love you guys.
Sin City, crypto. Everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I split the game, but they gave it. Name the coin that's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the whale members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.